There you go. You guys hear me now? All right, I can hear myself, which is weird. So you guys hear it? Let me know if you guys hear it. All right. Do you guys hear the music at all? Yeah? Cool. Is the audio okay? Like music and me talking? Like how's it looking? Cool, thanks. Oh, yes. Not the music? I'm getting the hang of this thing. I still don't know what I'm doing. Music slow. What about now? It's very faded. Let's see here. What's up, English? Yeah, it's gonna be in English, guys. It's always in English. We got a spy! Can you guys hear the music now? Cool. Yeah, like the cool. All right, awesome. Wait a second, let me one second. Yeah, but I'm just gonna sculpt some stuff. I just started to sculpt some Star Wars stuff again. One second, guys. I need some mods, you know, and start blocking some of these people, some of the spam people. We're here to have fun. I'm just here to relax. So that's what we're gonna do. Just checking if stuff is working. First time we're doing this with music, so hopefully we'll be all right. You know, you don't need a ton of RAM. You need a good chunk of RAM, but not a lot, to be honest. All right, guys. So, all right, before we start, actually. But you guys are probably the first ones to know but I'll post this on my Instagram probably tomorrow or this weekend. I am doing it on Twitch, yeah. I got this new tablet. Let me show you guys. Check it out. I got this new the new 24 Pro from XP Pen. This thing's pretty awesome, and I I'm gonna test it. I'm going to do a little review. I have a couple of XP pens that they sent me before to test it out, and I'm currently using Cintiq here. I have two Cintiqs, but this one is supposed to be like the equivalent of the kind of the Cintiq. So I'm gonna test it out probably this weekend or next week. But the cool part is that I'm gonna do a little challenge on Instagram where we're gonna give away a few of these. And so they were able to give me a couple to give away. So we're gonna run a little challenge. That's why I posted on my Instagram last weekend about like doing a little contest. So we're gonna do like a little bust contest this next month. And we're gonna have three places, and we're gonna give away some tablets. So look forward to that. I have a lot of suggestions for the themes. It's gonna be fun. It will be available worldwide to shipping. So that's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna pick the theme and do a little art for it, and then it's up to you guys. I'm gonna give away some tablets, so that's gonna be fun. So look forward to that on my Instagram, and probably on YouTube as well. I'll probably do like all the talking to people and picking the artwork on YouTube. So subscribe to YouTube or Twitch or whatever you guys use. I'll probably be streaming like the results and giving feedback to people. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to do something a little more open to people and to give feedback, and we're gonna have open voting, so I'm not picking all the winners and stuff. So thanks Danielle. It's gonna be on both Twitch, and now that I'm able to stream on both, I'm gonna try to do both Twitch and YouTube. It's gonna be fun. Got everything set up now. All this. Look at me. I'm like in the future. Let me turn off this autofocus. This is pissing me off. Cool. So yeah, guys, what I'm gonna do today. I was actually just started this, which is kind of the second part of some Star Wars fan art. So let me switch it up. What's up, Joni? What's up? It's all gonna be in English, guys, at least for now. Like I'll let you guys know when we do this in Portuguese. I know for all this is late in Brazil, so what are you guys doing up this late? I'm loving Mandalorian. I love season 1. Season 2 is awesome. So we're gonna be doing some of this. I've seen pretty much everything, James. Like if you're seeing the entire Star Wars series, I've seen pretty much everything. I didn't watch everything on Clone Wars, but I'm kind of up to speed just watching people talk about it. Kashif, like how does it feel? Like, can I put stuff on the screen? Like I don't know. It'd be nice if I can put the questions on screen, but how does it feel to work on a screen tablet versus a regular Wacom or Wacom or Wacom, whatever you guys want to call it? It feels weird at first when you use a Cintiq because you're like drawing on the screen and the stuff is like on the way. But once you get used to it, it's just hard to go back to something else. So yeah, it feels good. So Cruz, like for the theme for the contest for the tablet stuff, like we're not gonna do any fan art because of just legal issues. Like I don't want to get into any legal issues of like people using fan art, because I want to be able to use the images if we're able to like post it online. If XP Pen wants to use the images for you know, kind of to kind of display the winner or whatever, it's better not to do a fan art. So I'll probably do something like Middle Earth, for example, or you know, like future, or you know, droids, or you know, something that's a little more generic that people, you know, could get inspiration from stuff, but not so much like one-to-one fan art. The Twitch username is the same as this one, just Grassetti. Twitch, you know, / Grassetti. I don't know, probably something like that. Let me see if it's actually streaming on Twitch right now. I think it is. Yeah, I see people from Twitch. Thank you guys. Thanks, Esteban. My pleasure. So I just started this probably like 40 minutes ago, and I was just looking at some at this basically, and just kind of trying to get the likeness. Let me see if I can get this on top. Try to get, you know, kind of somewhat the likeness correct. And there's a lot of like, you know, kind of, it's a little hard. Thanks, man. There you go. Raphael, my boy. Twitch.tv/Grassetti. Thanks, bro. You just became a mod. I just made you a mod. Appreciate it, man. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kind of like intricacies with likeness and stuff. When I'm doing these kind of design, kind of concept art pieces, I'm not like spending too much time on the likeness. I'm trying to get like ballpark correct, just so I can have lighting information, and then I'm like trying to get the lighting right. But because I can paint on Photoshop later, I can kind of correct some stuff, like break the symmetry, do little things that I wouldn't do, you know, if I was just kind of sculpting it. But usually just so kind of high level on the likeness stuff, guys. Like I usually get 3 photos. Like I try not to use a lot of photos, just so I don't get confused by it. And this little program here is called Pure Ref. If you guys don't use it, I recommend it. But basically, I try not to get a lot of images, just 3, like a front view, a side view, and a kind of a 3/4, because I can it's kind of everything I need, right? And I try to find images that don't have a lot of perspective on, and then I try to kind of like block it out. You can see like I'm working with perspective off, because I've tried to find these images that have very little perspective, so I don't get confused by it. And then there's a lot of looking at the landmarks of the face and try to match it. So for example, like on the eyes, like if I just kind of look at just this eye, I'm kind of like slowly getting in a position. And then when I kind of get close enough, there's a little bit of liberties that I take to like, almost like to, you know, caricature. I like enhance some of the shapes and whatnot. But this is kind of like a little bit of, it takes a while. It takes a while just because you're trying. Let me just see if the art is. Yeah, the music's just going. Yeah, so it takes a while just to get, you know, the face 100%. That's not what I'm trying to do here, but I'm looking at kind of the nose and the shape of the nose. Guys, let me know if the music's too loud or whatever. You guys please just hit me up, because I don't know exactly how it sounds. So if it's good, we'll keep going. So yeah, I'm like kind of like looking at let me see if I can get it lower just a little bit. Alright, cool. Better? Alright, so I'm trying to look at like the landmarks even on the nose. Like she's got a little bit of that, you know, cartilage here. and I'm trying to find like the shape of the lips, how it kind of comes down. Like even here, there's a little bit of a curve that I'm seeing on the side view that is not so much in the front view, but I'm trying to get there. Like now I got the main landmarks in there, and now it's just a matter of like adjusting it. Like from here, from the 3/4, I can see the lips are sometimes like her lips are forward quite a lot. So I'm kind of like pull it forward. Better now? Alright guys. Still loud? Let me see. I'll get it lower a little bit more. Let me know if that's better. Actually, let me get some like a little more chill. Because you know, I like to listen to stuff that's crazy. Right, maybe that's better. Cool. Wait. There you go. Now we're talking. Cool. Alright guys. So after I got kind of like the landmarks on in there, now it's just a lot of like the faces is a lot of like fine tuning, and sometimes I kind of like layer stuff on top to try to get, you know, it perfect, just to really compare. Like you know, I'll turn it on and off. And if you guys haven't seen it, like I have a tutorial kind of like in with likeness on my Gumroad courses, so you guys can check it out. Hey Padua, add a category to the stream on Twitch. You'll be happy to. Cool. I'll do that next time. Thanks, man. I'll look for it. I'm definitely just learning all this stuff, so appreciate you guys, all the tips. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I think the eyes are throwing me off just a little bit. But what I want to do, and we always talk about this on the stream, right guys, like I want to keep moving forward, try to get all the design in place, because we can spend days on just the face, and that's not really the goal of this. Like I'm not trying to get her face, you know, kind of a perfect likeness, like an ultra hyper realistic likeness. What I want to do is just get a lot of the stuff represented. So I'll show you guys kind of some of the reference that I have for her. And it's very straightforward. Like I'm looking at kind of Clone Wars and Rebels, like some of this stuff. And I've always loved this artwork. I can't remember the artist who did it, but I'm going to try to get this kind of vibe to the final one. And a lot of just random stuff. She, you know, she was cast for the role, so we're going to get her face in there. And I'm going to get kind of this costume going on, which is, I think, is the beginning, some of the first seasons of Clone Wars. I kind of prefer this one than kind of the older slim costume. So I'm gonna get all this stuff blocked in. But I'm gonna start just with the hair, and we can chat now because it's gonna be a little easier to get things going. Because I'm just gonna start extracting some stuff. Let's see here. Thunda Gaming. Hey, Raph, you mentioned Gumroad, so I had to ask, why aren't we allowed to download the female anatomy course? It's online only. So that's funny. When I first started doing Gumroad, all my stuff was available to download. What happened, and you guys can probably guess, which sucks, is that people started to post all my stuff on websites, like downloadable courses websites, and my stuff is really cheap. Like some of the courses that I'm selling, they were like $5, they were like $15, and people were still like putting on you know, free downloads on the website, and that kind of pissed me off. So I was kind of upset about that, and Gumroad has this function that you can only watch it, and I think still fair for the price of the course that, you know, they have to watch it online. So I always apologize for that, but this is kind of the reality of the situation. It kind of sucks for people who does that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's all on torrent stuff, which is fucking ridiculous. Anyways, people do that. Whatever. Hey, Ranjit, what time is it in India, by the way? Because I know there's always people who from India that kind of complain about the hours. So what time is it right now? So basically he's asking like for how long I've been practicing ZBrush. So I started like I started like 15 years ago or something like that. Man, this music is... You guys are gonna sleep? Fala, Andy. If I like the last Star Wars movies, that's an interesting question. I didn't like them. I was kind of upset. There's some, you know, just to kind of talk about that more specific. I love the designs. Artwork is amazing. You know, art-wise, can't complain. One of the best shit ever made. Incredible. Costuming design, like set design, everything. Amazing. I was just, you know, like a lot of people, I didn't like the story arcs and some of the motivation, some of the characters. And it happens. No, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, I need to listen to the music. Can't do it with it's all silent. So no, I'm not gonna do a crazy pose with this. I'll probably do like a, you know, kind of arms back. Keep it simple. It kind of sucks that I hear myself on this. I've done, yeah, Lamar, I've done a portfolio review, like on the beginnings of the channel, like a couple months ago. That was fun, and I'll planning to do another one. Actually, maybe I'll do one this weekend. I think that'll be good. If you guys are down for that, maybe I'll bring some friends and we can do a portfolio review, and we can kind of pick some of the stuff from the chat if you guys are into it. So I'm actually going to extract this kind of hair piece from here. And I'm going to just give it a little inflate. And why is this color is all messed up? Excited for the new Batman movie. I am super hyped for the new Batman movie. I never doubted our boy, Edward. I think he's gonna be awesome. There's a lot of good stuff in that already, so I'm hyped. That first trailer was so good, man. Actually, yeah, not the teaser, just the real trailer they dropped on the DC Universe thing. That was so good. I know it's gonna be good. I'm doing great, thank you. Thank you. True Real, Raf. Do you think polygonal modeling is necessary for character artists? For accessories, do you still use polygon modeling nowadays? I think it's super important. I don't think that would ever go away. You need to know that stuff. you need to really be good at that stuff, because you're gonna run into situations where you have to do it, and you need to be the best. That's the job, you know. It's one of those things that goes without saying in terms of like job production. Man, I'm curious if these characters have ears. I don't think so, huh? Now that I'm just thinking about it, I don't remember. Let me see if I can find some reference, because I don't have all the references I have. I guess they don't. You never see the ears, so whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of goes without saying on the job. You have to really be good at polygon modeling, and even though I do a lot of stuff in Zbrush here, at work I do a lot of polygon modeling, if you can call it that way. A lot of modeling inside Maya or 3ds Max. Is it really echoing, or is it just for you, Yoshi? Let me know, guys. Did you use Rosario Dawson as reference for Ahsoka? Yes, I showed at the beginning. Yes, I've been using reference for her. Wondering if you referenced Ray Park as well for Darth Maul. Yes, I did that. Yep, been trying to get kind of the Ray, you know, kind of he played the original character, so I try to match some of that. I didn't go like 1-to-1 like I'm doing with this. It's not 1-to-1. I'm just trying to get enough to get a visual. But yeah. Let's see if I can bring the mic closer. You think the mic's capturing your voice and coming from desktop as well? Maybe. Is it better now? Turn the desktop audio off. And let me know if you guys still hear the music. Is the music still playing? We're getting through the bumps here, guys. But the desktop audio was turned on, so it was a good call. Okay. And no music? Because if the music was not playing... Wait a second. What if... Mic's out. Mic's back. These softwares, like, I don't know if I'm just, you know, kind of an idiot, but this thing, it just doesn't work as I expected. But we'll get the hang of it. Once it's good, I'm never gonna touch it again. The weird part is, and maybe you guys know what's going on, because I can hear myself if I put the you know, the headphones, and so I can't really hear the music. But I think it's kind of what you were saying. Maybe it's like echoing because of like, it's like doubling down. So weird. Wait, let's do this. Maybe the desktop audio. Let's go here on properties. Hang in there, guys. Like, I don't want a mic on the desktop audio. Weird. I mean, whatever. I'll just mute the music and is it echoing now? Because then I'll just mute the music and you guys can just hear me talking, whatever. Is it better? I'll sing a song for you guys, just like I did with my kids. I've been playing with the audio, so that's why it was probably messed up. But let me know if this is better. No echo, no echo. Is it better? Are we done? I might, I'll stop messing with this stuff. Soft dreamy. The last thing I want to sound is dreamy. I'll get the a little louder. Dude, I got 2 kids. I'm not that young. Or maybe I had kids young. Yeah, I'll mess with that hey Raf. I'll call you Raf. Just like me. But I'll mess with that after we're done here. Just how we're gonna not hear myself. How do you speak your brother with silly language? All right. Do you guys know how old I am? To say I'm this young? You don't even know how old I am. Hey, look at these square boobs. Let's fix that. I am using OBS, yeah. Let's see, whoever can guess my age will be the winner. $34, close. $28, thank you, man. Man, I wish I was 28, to be honest. 15? How is this rich? But 15, we'll be in trouble. This much knowledge. 15. Nope. Still nothing. I'm from 88, so that makes me 32. You guys got it. You got it. I'm not happy about that, but still young enough. Man, I wish I was, what was it, 25 or something? How old is my soul? Exactly. I like how you think. I like how you think. My soul is probably older than me. My soul is definitely older than me. Your kids could sing you to sleep. Dude, they always, sing me to sleep. No matter what they're doing, I can take a nap anywhere. Even if they're screaming. Like when people hate when like kids are screaming and stuff, they'll put me to sleep. I don't care. I can sleep with anything. I'll lay down, I'll pass out. If you give me 5 minutes, I'll sleep 5 minutes. And it'll be the best nap of my life. You need kids, man. You can't sleep on your bed. And once you have kids, dude, you can sleep anywhere. Whoever has kids will understand what I mean. I take the best naps of my life because I'm tired as hell. I don't know if I can curse. I am really tired, and I sleep like a baby every time. Yeah, I've been working in the industry for 15 years. I started like when I was 17. I was lucky enough to get a job in advertising when I was about 17. and it was rough, man. It was those days were was rough. I definitely learned a lot. Just you know, in the job. Just like throw me in there. The coach was like, get in, son. Do this project. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but you know, did it. So that's how I learned. That was my real school. Just getting in there and doing crazy jobs, really complex jobs. And the one thing you understand when you work in the area or in the industry is that you just gotta do it, man. That's for a lot of you guys. You just have to go in and do it. Like if you feel that like you don't know something or you've never done it, you just gotta get in there and do it, because there's a lot of documentation and kind of a lot of things are step by step, and you just have to follow. And then you realize that that's how most of the shit is. So I that's how I learned, you know. That's how I learned that I can basically do whatever I put myself in the mindset of doing, you know, 3D wise. I can get it done, because it's a matter of finding the right people to talk to, or finding the right tutorial, the right place to get the information. And you can do it and work your ass off. Exactly. So that's kind of how I started. So it was so I started with 17. I got to work on a couple or a few projects in advertising for a while, and I'll talk for a little bit, guys, and I'll get back to the questions, because if I'm looking at the screen here and I'm doing stuff, it's hard to keep track of everything. So keep talking between yourselves, and I'll get back to you in a sec. Anyways, so I started with 17. I did a couple like very interesting, cool projects in like a advertising studio with some amazing guys back in Brazil. Luciano Neves, like he's one of my mentors when I was first starting. Learned a lot. I actually started like doing more of animation stuff, just because, you know, it was kind of more of a you know, you do everything in those projects, right? Kind of like, you know, like advertising stuff. So, but I got more into the animation stuff because that's what it was needed at that point. So I did that, but then Zbrush came out, and we had a couple jobs that needed a lot of modeling, and I was doing modelings for like billboards and stuff. And then I was like, you know, I'll you know, I like this Zbrush stuff. Like, this is super interesting. So I started to study that, and that's when my career kind of shifted a little bit more into like this Zbrush stuff, because I was just getting the hang of it. I used to use Mudbox more than Zbrush, but Zbrush, the newest versions, when they came out, they kind of like changed the game. You know, like it was like you could poly paint. You could do a bunch of stuff, like a lot more artistic, intuitive. Like you could do a lot of cool stuff with it. And that's like I started studying that, started to get the hang of it. And that's how then I started building my portfolio. You know, I started getting jobs from. At first, I started getting jobs from toys and cinematics. Like cinematics were a big thing back then, with like you know, kind of like trailers, right? Like there's still a thing these days, but not as much, because of like there's a lot of in-game stuff now that kind of like came in to kind of replace some of that. But back then it was high demand, so I got some freelance jobs with that, and now I was able to leave the marketing industry to do cinematics and then toy. I started working with Hasbro. more than like 10 years ago, which is crazy to think that it's probably the company that I've been working with for the longest, like not, non-stop since then, but just kind of on and off. Like I'll get a job from them and kind of do some stuff, and then they'll come back with more stuff. So I've been working with them for a while, and it's been amazing. So yeah, and then that's kind of how I made that transition, and then from there, let's see, like 3 years later, 2-3 years later, I started building my portfolio with like in-game stuff because I wanted to go leave Brazil. I wanted to go like work on a different country, and I knew that game companies were the only studios that were actually hiring people and sponsoring their visa, doing all like all that work to get people what they needed, right? So that's why I kind of like, I love games. I love to work with games. They're hiring people like that, so I'll just start building my portfolio, and then I start getting like freelance jobs from Brazil. Doing freelance jobs from Brazil until I had the chance to move. So that's kind of, I've always talked about this, and I thought I would just talk to you guys again, just because a lot of people probably didn't hear this story before, but that's how I got into the game industry. And this has been maybe 10 years ago, I would say, something like that. Let me just save this. Okay, do we need a degree to get a job in the industry? No, you don't. You do not need a degree. You need a portfolio. Your degree is important if you're applying for a visa. That will make a difference, but I don't have a degree, and it didn't matter for me. But when you apply for a visa, you need a couple points, and a degree is one of them. But you can get more points, like publications. You get a point with that. How well known you are in the industry. If you won challenges, like anything like that, you win points for it. But it's tricky, man. Like I know Padua, like she insists, like your mom insists that you need a degree to get a job. It's interesting because it's a kind of an interesting industry, right? Like it depends where you apply to. I mean, definitely if you want to work with games, it doesn't really matter, but it's kind of important to have one if you have the opportunity to have one. But I'll recommend, like if you know what you want, and I'll probably recommend like taking like some courses and learning this stuff on the side, But I'm not here to tell you like don't get a degree or anything, because I think it is important. A lot of people don't know exactly what they want until they're done with their degrees, and you learn a lot of the basic stuff. Like not everybody has the self-drive to learn by themselves, so that works for some people. Get that support from somewhere else. It's my dream. So Wellington, yeah, for sure, man. The industry will always be hiring people overseas. That's what the industry does. What's important to become an art director? Ideas or software knowledge? Man, like I get this question a lot. Like, what do people think art direction role is, and how do you become an art director? That it is not like you don't study to become one. You have to be like an artist, or you have to be, some kind of a technical artist or whatever, and your time in the industry, the partnerships that you make, the projects that you work on, that will make you ready to work as an art director. You can't really study for one to become one, or just call yourself one. You have to grow to that, grow to the role. Came to say your pica, meu irmão. Valeu, Ivan. Abraço. Plans for Anatomy 2.0, your course. Yes, man. Yeah, great. Yeah, yes. I've been planning to do that. Just update what I had. I still really like what I did. But yes, I have plans to do a new one soon. That'll be fun. What else do you guys, what do you think? So another one that I'm working on is just the basics to like intro to Zbrush and whatnot, because I have a lot of people that ask me like, hey, where do I start, or where do I go? And even though there's a lot of courses out there, I don't like a lot of them, so I'm working on one. What else you guys would like to see in terms of like courses and training and stuff? What do you think you don't really see out there? Hey Raf, well, how's your study routine when you were getting your art chops? Kind of non-stop. I mean, it still is. I just never stop doing this stuff because I really love it. That's the thing. Like I honestly I didn't need to be doing any of this. Like I'm not looking for a job. I'm not looking to move to where I am right now. You know, whatever my professional portfolio will be enough if I want to go somewhere else. But I honestly love this stuff, and I really just, you know, try to get better. Like every project that I do, I honestly think that I get a little bit better every time, and I see it throughout the years and the months or whatever. Until I'm happy with what I'm doing, but then I'm not. Like the Darth Maul that I did yesterday. I really liked it when I was done yesterday. I don't like it anymore. Today. So it's the process, you know. And I know a lot of you can probably relate to that. For me, it never changes. So I'm constantly trying to find the next thing to get that kick again. I'm like kind of addicted to it because I really liked it. I really like it. So it's still like non-stop for me. And it's not to say that I don't do you know, this kind of stuff professionally. Like I do this stuff all day, and I still kind of because like you might look at this that I'm doing and be like, you think that I only do this. That's not the case. This is like 10% of what I do. Like whatever you see on Instagram, whatever you see here on YouTube, is like 10%, maybe less, of what I do all day. So I really love it. So in terms of like studying schedule and production schedule, whatever, it's been non-stop for, you know, good 15 years. And that's why when people ask like, man, I mean, you're good or whatever. Yeah, I've been doing this shit like non-stop. And that's why I'm not scared to share with you guys anything. Like I'll share everything I know. And I know it will still take you many years to get to the level that you're trying to get to, you know, because I know it takes time. So that's kind of how I see it. You see those people like kind of scared to share knowledge or whatever. Dude, I don't really give a fuck. I know how hard these things are, and some people, you know, might make it seem easy. It is not easy. It is not easy. Thanks, Michael. I would love to see content about composition, Photoshop, and your tips rendering ZBrush, Photoshop. So I have a couple courses about that on Gumroad, and I know I keep saying that, and I will do a more kind of composition, in-depth stuff. But I have a couple of those in my Gumroad for less than $5. So grab that if you're really into that stuff. Do you like horror games or movies? I am not into horror stuff, to be honest. I watch them. Like, I thought it was amazing. With the clown, whatnot. I love that movie. But I'm not the guy who's like, yo, let's go watch a horror movie. Like, I'm not that type of guy. I much rather watch like a sci-fi movie. Like, I'll watch Avatar anytime of the week. I'll watch Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, you know, kind of multiple times without complaining. Yeah, so review the work and get feedback. Let's do that this weekend, okay, guys? I promise you guys we'll do a portfolio review, and I'll look at stuff from the chat. You guys can drop, and you know, of course, we're not going to be able to get through everybody, but we're going to do kind of a little bit more freestyle portfolio review this weekend. All right, so I'm gonna start just extracting some of the. Actually, let me paint the hair. What do you guys think here? Let me show this real quick. She has like 2 hairstyles from the different seasons when she's a little older. Look at this. So what do you guys think it's better? Is it like more of this stripy stuff going down, which I kind of dig, and this one is a lot cleaner with the patterns? What do you think? Like, that's the clean one. Let me see if I can find the one with the stripes. That's that one. All right, left one. I'll go with what Raph said. He's my boy. Hafelzine. All right, let's do it. That's the beauty. So get a little bit of blue here. There's 2 ways that you can kind of paint this, just like that with the blue. But to get like hard edge with this stuff, it's kind of tricky. So usually I'll get like a lasso, and we'll kind of do some of that stuff to get like a hard edge. And then we can just kind of flood it with the color, you know? And we'll get some cool shapes. Yeah, buddy. Hey, Raph, when do you know they have to stop sculpting and coloring stuff to get results? I honestly see both of them as the same thing, you know? So I'm always coloring and sculpting at the same time. I probably never done a piece where I'm just kind of sculpting without color, just because I think color changes so much. So see, let me turn this off real quick, and you see what I'm talking about. Like, if you guys look at this, it looks okay, right? Like, and then kind of I got the shapes right, so I'm kind of always like turning it on and off, but I'm doing both. And then at the end, if I feel that I'm kind of missed some detail, where there's just color, and I'll come back and add detail, you know? I'll do like a final detail pass with when we no color at all. So that's kind of how it works. how do I soften the mask with the brush? So when I do the mask, I could do, if I control click, I'll soften it. You know, if I do the mask and I control alt click, I'll sharpen it. See? So I can like soften it and sharpen it. That's kind of how you soften it, sharpen it. Control alt and just control. Little tricks that you only learn here. I bet a lot of you guys knew this already. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like freestyling these patterns, and then if we have to, we'll change them. If we don't have to, we don't change them. But I'm usually like not thinking too much. That's kind of the secret of it. You just gotta kind of get detached from the result and just get it done. Actually, that was something that a friend told me that was cool, which I'm being very mindful about that stuff. Is that for you to design in 3D, you need to you need to, how do you say it? Kind of like not get attached to anything. You just need to kind of get detached from the result, because 3D is more technical than 2D drawing. So you can get attached to you know, details and not go anywhere. So for you to like design in 3D, you need to be mindful about just kind of letting it go. And that kind of, you can use that even if you're not designing, if you're sculpting. You just need to let it go. And then I'm just kind of fixing some of the shapes. But this is fun, man. This is gonna look cool, I think. I don't know if did you guys see the mall that I did yesterday? So this is gonna be almost like a little companion image. I did this one. And it'll be kind of like a little companion piece that will be kind of like a blue background, and it'll kind of like go, you know, side by side with it. So it's cool. It might be, you know, like maybe I can do some more after this one. Should be fun. You do like a Mandalorian armor. That'll be awesome. I saw someone say like more sci-fi stuff. That could be fun. I did a Baby Yoda last year that I don't like, so I'll probably like kind of do use it as a base, but then kind of redo it, kind of like a better job. So I'll probably do like a Mando with Baby Yoda. That'll be fun. I'm just having fun, guys. Like this to me is, I'm not thinking it as a portfolio anymore, to be honest. This is the fun stuff for me, man. Being able to do these things, it is so satisfying to me. Just the feeling that I could do it, you know. It's like, you know, I have a little bit of a part on the whole thing. That's kind of, to me, what kind of drives me to just do these things. I get like a satisfaction out of being able to do it, you know. That's the fun part. And then, you know, of course, I always add my own twist to it, and it's always fun to see, you know, where it goes. But that's kind of the thought behind it. And it kind of changed throughout the years, to be honest. At first, like, you know, of course, I was a lot worried about my portfolio. And a lot of the pieces that I have on my website, that I took it out. And you can kind of see, like, some of these early pieces, I was worrying a lot more about kind of showing the process, showing like step by step how I did these things, and showing kind of the technical. This sucks right now. I'm looking at it, but kind of showing like, oh, I know how to do topology. I know how to do UVs. I kind of know how to texture and whatnot. But as kind of the years went by, it's a lot more about just having fun and doing the stuff that I like. So there's times for everything, to be honest. And I'm not gonna worry about the back right now. But there's times for everything, guys. There's time for you guys to worry about the technical aspects and showing that you can do certain things if you want to get a job. Some people need to know that you can do it. But there's times that you just, you know, when you kind of don't have to do that anymore, then it kind of changes, at least for me, changes the focus. Man, she's going to be awesome on Mandalorian. I cannot wait. Are you guys watching, by the way? I didn't ask that, but I hope you guys are up to speed or up to date with the season 2 that came out today. Is Harry Osborn here? Sup, Harry? I missed your fill color by pressing G. Thanks, buddy. I'll make you a mod too, you know. You need to be here dropping your knowledge. You're amazing. Yeah, man, you guys need to check it out. That first episode is amazing. Holy shit. So I want to get Della here on this weekend. If you guys know Della, he works with me. Amazing 2D guy, concept artist, 3D as well. He does 3D. Yes, if you guys don't know. And we'll get here on the weekend, and maybe he'll do a portfolio review with me. And shit, we've been watching The Mandalorian and just geeking off that shit. So good. That's the stuff that we live for. That's the fun stuff. That's the stuff that I live for. Holy shit, man. I love characters, and the character development and that Jon Favreau and Filoni, like that shit is just amazing. So come on, Della. Let's do it. Get this ear out. Yeah, guys, I mean, this is looking good. So we've been doing this for an hour. I am going to move to the body and the costume because I want to get some of these things blocked out so you guys can see how I do it. So I'm going to save. And a lot of the things, like her costume, like a lot of the Star Wars costumes are pretty simple, which is, you know, usually the best ones are simple like this. So a lot of this, she's got kind of like a bodysuit on the bottom here, and even though this turns into a skirt as well, we don't need to worry about that right now. So I'm just gonna extract this just like that, and we're gonna get like a tight bodysuit that's gonna flare up. Let me see here. What are we gonna do from the Clone Wars stuff? Gonna kind of flare up on the neck. So I'm gonna do this real quick, guys, and then I'll get back to the chat, okay? And we can chat a little bit more because today's been fun. You guys are have some great questions and not a lot of people spamming, so those are the best days. And that's why I need mods. So if you guys want to be mods, hit me up on like Instagram probably, and I'll look into like picking some people to help me out, okay? I would deeply appreciate it because I want to do this more, and the more we can keep this crazy town organized, the better this will be for everybody. I do not want people here talking shit about games or asking about like when is this gonna come out, blah blah blah. And I will for sure appreciate the help. Time flies when you're having fun, dude. So that's an interesting comment, because I agree with that, and you have to be mindful of time. Okay, that's something I learned throughout the years, because if you're trying to get stuff done fast, no matter if it's for personal work or professional work, time is, you know, the most important thing you have, especially after you have kids, or if you're working full-time at a job and you just have a certain amount of time to personal work, or whatever the case might be. Time is the most important thing you have. So a couple of tips I have for you guys that help me out. Time yourself. Not a lot of people do that. Sounds obvious, but people don't do it. Time yourself. Get a little get one of these. All right, it's going. Get it. Get a you know, iPhone, whatever. You can do it on your phone. But seriously, guys, time yourself. Like, you know, I'm actually timing myself. There's like an hour, but like, take notice of how much time you spend on stuff. And be mindful about it, you know, like be like, man, I spent 2 hours, like, man, I haven't done shit. Like, be honest with yourselves. And so that will help you actually be mindful about like some of the things that you're spending time or wasting time, I guess, or spending time on. And that will help you not just with just getting shit done, but it will help you to understand how you work. Understand like where do you spend your time. Understand how you can be better. Maybe understand like how much time you spend on social media, on Facebook or on Google, YouTube, whatever. You know, just to be mindful. And I'm not saying it's not okay if you're spending time on those things. It's just so you be mindful of where is your time going. Because like I said at the beginning of this, like, I have 2 kids. I have a very hard full-time job. Very, very hard full-time job. Like, I wouldn't want my job to anybody that I like, to be honest. But I still do this stuff because just like with having kids, just like with my full-time job, I have to be aware of my time, and where do I spend my time. And a lot of people, like I said, will look at what I do and be like, man, this guy, he just does that, or like he doesn't do anything on his full-time job, so he's just kind of, he's got time to do this stuff. Like, no, dude, that's not nearly the case. I wish, to be honest, like one day I'll be able to do that and just do this, and I'll be happy. But it's not the time to do that yet. Like, I have a lot of things that I want to do professionally. So the secret is, like, I time myself. My schedule throughout the day, and I have producers, I have assistant, I have managers that help me with my schedule throughout the day. My schedule is like is booked like every hour, through the entire day. Even if I don't have anything, I book myself because I want to be like, I have 1 hour on my calendar that nobody can book on top of it, that I'll just work on my stuff. So I'll book it, and I have that 1 hour, and I'll have to make the best out of it. So it's I guess things like that people don't know that makes the difference, okay? And the reason that I want to do, like, just talk to you guys more is because I guess I don't have the opportunity to talk about those things, and I know it will help a lot of people because I think it would help me when I was starting. And some of those things that I learned with friends, I learned with coworkers, I learned by myself. A lot of these things I honestly developed because I had to. So I want to share with you guys, okay? And that's kind of one of the main secrets. It's make sure you time yourself, or make sure you. Sometimes like timing yourself is not the best way to go about it. Like make sure you understand where your time is going. You know, once you have kids, man, or once you get into like a more of a manager role or a director role, you're not gonna have time anymore to do any of the stuff that you want to do. So if you guys are not doing now, if you have the time, you're never gonna do it once you get busy. So make sure you guys do it. Use the time, you know. Anyways, a lot of I'll get in your fucking back. If you guys were my students, shit would be. I'll fucking wake you up. Yes, I do a lot of our job interviews. Yes, but mostly for senior roles. I don't interview like every artist, but I do for senior roles, for producers, for leads, art directors. Yes, not as much as I used to. When I was a lead, I would interview a lot more people, but now I just interview for more the kind of key roles, I guess. So don't have kids. Hey man, if you wanna be that guy, so be it, man. Being kids is beautiful. It's one of the most amazing things you can do in life. It's better than work. So I'll say do have kids. Don't worry about work too much. Just learn to have fun and go have some kids. So guys, here I'm like going almost like 1-to-1 to the costume that they have in the show. But I think from here, what I'm gonna start doing to give like my own twist to it, is kind of play with the materials, play with the you know, kind of some of like the detail on the plates. You know, I can start kind of looping in more reference. But the idea here is that I want to get at least a good base that looks accurate, because I'm not thinking too much right now. I'm just kind of executing on it. Would you say portfolio speaks for itself, or do you have to be good in the interview? So the portfolio is definitely the foot in the door, right? Once you call for an interview on studio or with more people, like with the team, not just like a initial call, but once you're like interviewing with the rest of the team, the portfolio doesn't really matter anymore, because people like your work. So then it's all about the interview. It's all about you as a person. It's about how do you communicate with the rest of the team. It's about you know, or getting to know if the person is an asshole, or what's their perspective on life and the industry. So a few things to keep an eye for, especially if you're like interviewing or if you're going to be interviewing places. Like, you know, try not to be negative, try not to speak about past experiences in a negative tone. Like, even if you had negative experiences, try to look at it as a learning. Like, I get so many people who come in, and that's kind of like a little trap, okay? And you only get this here. You only get this here, little tips. But it's a trap. Like, I'll ask people, it's like, hey man, like, I hear this place kind of sucks. And you work there. Like, what are your thoughts on it? So you almost like give them the, you know, you kind of start on the negative to see if they will buy into it, right? And you can do that with like close friends. I could do this here, and you see, you know, if the person like goes with the flow and start talking bad about places he worked on, that's a red flag right there. Yeah, like the video. Guys, like the video, subscribe, do all the stuff that that these guys are saying, okay? So what I was saying, it's almost like a trap, right? If the guy bites into that and just starts going negative and start talking about, yeah, man, like this thing sucks or that person sucked, that's why I left it. That's like a huge red flag right there. What should I say in this scenario? You should say, man, the place had problems. You know, all places have problems. And that's true. Like every place you're gonna work on or work with or work at, it's gonna have problems. So it is how you face them, I guess. So yeah, I'll say, be like, this and this kind of didn't work out. I understand why, because this and that. Like I understand where they were coming from. Like it just wasn't for me. Okay. I respect them. I'll work with them again. That's kind of like, okay, this person has been through it. Hey, what's up, Denny? This person has been through it. He knows what. He knows. He's not a negative person. He's not out there in the fucking internet shitting on people or whatever. He's not one of the type of, like, there's so many artists that leave the studios they worked on and the first thing they go is just shit on online. They just go on Facebook. That's a huge red flag. Even if I agree with the person, you should never do that. That's so unprofessional. You don't know why certain decisions were made. Like most of the time, these people weren't even part of the decisions. And that's such an immature vision or view of the whole industry. Right? Like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know. So it just shows like how, you just get fucking like on the blacklist right there. If whoever is hiring you from these big studios know what they're doing, that's like such a huge red flag. So don't be that guy, like be respectful, understand that things happen for a reason. Don't be shitting on stuff, So that's one tip. I know you guys asked for more tips on interview stuff, and we can do a whole day of just talking about interviews. Like that'll be fun. There's a few things that I do to try to pick up on personality traits that you guys should be looking for. I'll throw another one. Like I'll throw some curveball in the way of like, kind of like asking, what do you think about your own portfolio? What is lacking? What do you want to focus on in the future? And some people will say, oh man, yeah, I need to focus a little bit more on texturing. Texturing is not as strong. And most of the time, texture doesn't really matter. Texture is just one of the easiest part of the process. If someone is saying that to me, that's a red flag. Because if you think texturing needs work, you're kind of like off the mark of analyzing your own portfolio. So sculpting is always the thing that should be improved, right? If you want to be like a senior artist, the sculpting is what drives everything. If you have a good sculpt, texture, in a couple of days you can get a good texture. So of course there's always like, oh, maybe like the shader work's not as good. Like maybe your sculpting is amazing, but once you get to like presentation, not as good. But usually if I'm asking that question, what I wanna hear is like everything. My work sucks on everything. I'm trying to get good. I need to get better at everything. That's what I want to hear. So that's like a little trap that I also want to just get like perspective. Like, how do you actually see your work? Like, do you think you're actually good? I don't think I'm good. I think I'm solid. I think I'm better than most people, but I don't think I'm amazing at what I do. Like I know so many people that are fucking kick my ass. So that's another little trap that I'll throw the guy. And it just be like, dude, if you're here and I think I suck, you should be thinking you suck too. That's the mentality. We're always trying to get better. So that's another thing that I do. I'm just giving you all the secrets, you know. How do you analyze your own portfolio objectively? That's a great question. I think we can talk more about that this weekend because we're going to do like a portfolio thing, like we said. But basically, like real quick, I think you just have to look at check marks of things that you want to be doing professionally. So be like, oh man, I want to work in the game industry. So this is all the shit that I need to know. Poly modeling, fucking like in-game presentation, you know, Zbrush scope, like just check mark and just kind of go through it and see like what's important. Do I need to be good at sculpting? Do I suck at that? Is that the first thing that people are gonna look at? Do I need to I fucking rock at sculpting, but I don't have any in-game finished character. You know, you can easily just go through it and be like, man, this stuff is missing. Let's just focus on that. I don't have my stuff anymore on my portfolio available, like my old works and stuff, but that's what I did. I just went through the steps. Are you ready for a job interview, you know? It's funny, like we do, so some people ask about poly white poly modeling, right? Is this important? So, and this is kind of, this changed so I can talk about it, but basically for interviews, and maybe I'll bring Glauco here too, because we worked together for many years and we did a lot of this together. So what we do is we print out a couple puzzles for people on the interview. So we'll give people like topology issues that we could ask them like how to solve it, right? So we'll do things like that on interviews. So like we're saying, you know, we'll print out like a normal problem. But we won't tell them that it's a normal problem. And this is like piece of paper, right? So we'll give the artist during the interview, and we'll be like, what's the problem here? And they'll have to know how to answer it. You know, if they don't know, then it shows like, oh, maybe this guy doesn't know the basics. This guy doesn't know, you know, he never had contact with certain things. So we'll do things like that. We'll have like, complete the topology, you know, fix the topology. Can you fix this edge loop? How would you do it? Draw on the paper. So we'll have a lot of little tests, I guess. Puzzles, like more like tests, right? We have a lot of little tests like that. But guys who work with me now, they've been through that, so they know what I'm talking about. And it goes from like easy solves to like difficult ones. So I don't think you're ready, my boy. Do you give art tests to applicants? Usually we don't. Art tests are for very, very specific cases where we have a doubt about something. Like maybe this guy has a strong portfolio, but I don't know if he can do faces. So we'll give him like an art test for a face. Like very specific. Like we don't just hand out art tests to anybody who applies. They're a little more specific, okay? Try again next time, my boy. I respect you, man. Raph, you're my boy. I like you. Maybe you got a chance. I like your attitude. Maybe one day. How about portfolio is great, but can't draw on paper? Nobody cares. Nobody draws on paper. Some people do, but because they like it. They still have to do it on the computer at the end of the day. How long we should wait to create a portfolio? I mean, that's kind of a tricky question because what is a portfolio to begin with, right? Isn't that just a journey? So you're creating a portfolio since you start, I guess. Now you have the, you know, kind of portfolio pieces as we call it. But even like studies are still portfolio pieces. So I would say, you know, you have to do at least a couple pieces every year. Like even if you're starting, maybe you start with like a piece every year for you know, kind of a portfolio piece, but then you go up to like more pieces maybe. But that's kind of a weird question because it varies from skill level, I guess. But I'm always like updating my portfolio every year, so I think you shouldn't wait. Maybe you should wait like a year or two when you're learning the basics to start doing like a final portfolio piece. But you should start small. Like even when you're a beginner, you should kind of start small and then move up. But it's still a portfolio piece. If you interview a concept artist, what do you look for in a concept art portfolio? So I interview a lot of concept artists. I mean, not a lot of them, but quite a few of them. And we usually look for production experience. How is this person can execute on a vision? Can he paint production type of artwork? You know, can he just do like call outs? Does he care about his own vision? Can he just execute on the vision of that the project needs? Professional work and then creative aspects. It's a little bit different, to be honest, than a character artist interview, or a lot different. Where in the character artist we look a lot more about technical skills, like how do you you know, if you're doing a concept from an artist, what kind of stuff are you looking for? Are you changing the vision? Why are you changing it? Like, why did you do certain things? What's your technical skill level? It's different when you're doing like a concept artist. It's a lot more on the creative side, like, you know, what kind of stuff are you into? Can you paint? Can you follow direction? You know, can you go out on your own to come up with ideas? Is your art style fits the I mean, I guess if you're in an interview, your art style probably fits the project anyways. So it's more about like the person. How creative are you? Like how kind of, you know, personality wise, how wild you are, how much of an artist you are. What are the specific things that someone should have in the portfolio? Is it based on their application job, or if you're applying for a character, then the portfolio? That's kind of, yeah, I mean, if you're applying for a character art job, you need to have characters in there. I don't care if you have an environment piece. Now, if you apply for an environment artist and you have a bunch of environment art, the one character or a couple characters, that might be good for you, I guess, because it shows like you have some like ZBrushing skills and whatnot. So yeah, you should have the stuff that you were applying for sure. Kind of state the obvious. Do you hire concept artists that use ZBrush in their workflow as well? Yes, we for sure. A lot of the concept artists honestly are using ZBrush now, just because it is becoming part of the production. But that shouldn't be their main tool. I mean, there is space for it. Like the stuff that I do, there's space for it because of kind of like my skill level, I guess. But sometimes like certain tasks are hard to execute on 3D, so you need to be able to have a very solid 2D skill. All right, guys, we're at 1.5 here, so we did a bunch. This was fun. Look at that. I think we got pretty far, to be honest. If I keep doing this for maybe like another hour, I can get all the stuff blocked out, and then it's all about then changing the design. Actually, let me just do this. It's going to be about changing the design, adding details, adding the pose. So we'll pick this back up in the weekend. We'll also do the portfolio thing on the weekend, okay? That'll be fun. Maybe it's just me, but I thought Rosario's neck was short and had wider shoulders. I think it's just you, my boy. I think it's just you. I'll keep tweaking. Maybe you're right. Okay? Don't be sad. So, cheers, Harry, man. I appreciate you hanging out. I love the stuff that you've been doing, man. So keep it up. I hope some of my stuff inspires you, because your stuff inspires me for sure. You've been killing. I appreciate it. So the one thing we talked about at the beginning. Here, I'll show it to you guys again. I got this heavy box, which is the new XP pen that I'm gonna be reviewing this week. And I'm gonna do a quick sketch with a theme that a lot of you guys send me suggestions on Instagram for themes for these little challenges, and we're gonna give away a few of these tablets. I'm gonna pick 2 winners. It's gonna be 3 total. I'm gonna pick 2, and one of them is gonna be voting. And we're gonna do that on YouTube and on Twitch, but I'm gonna give you guys all the information on Instagram, and I'll probably do a video here on YouTube as well, probably this weekend. Okay, more with the information. This is gonna be running down through the rest of the end of the year, probably maybe till December, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be I'll probably look at some of your guys' work, and I'll give some feedback. We're gonna be doing more of this on YouTube, so I guess subscribe to YouTube if you guys are not subscribing to that. Should be fun. What I'm thinking now, we'll probably do something like Middle Earth inspired. So like orcs, dragons, fucking golem or gnomes, dwarves. It's not gonna be like Lord of the Rings, because we're not doing fan art. But it's gonna be Middle Earth inspired, so fantasy, inspired. Should be fun. I've been wanting to do an orc for a while now, so this is just an opportunity for me to do an orc. I'm switching to this one. Shit, I want to show you guys this, because I was messing with this little software here, and I can get my let's see if this works. Is it working? Dude, look at that. Look at my tats. Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. I've been wanting to do like an orc for a while. Sup, Leslie? Good to see you, my boy. And it's gonna be fun. Orcs, I'll probably do a dragon as well, because I've been wanting to do a dragon for a while. And it's gonna be awesome. And I'm actually looking forward to test this one. I have a couple like XP pens like kind of laying around. Maybe I'll give them away too, but you have to be US. Someone from the US, because I'm not shipping this thing, to outside of the US. Too much work. But yeah, guys, I mean, a lot of stuff coming. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be like another one of these challenges, but the prices are fucking cool. Like I want this tablet's like $900 or something. So it's gonna be fun. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I know it's Friday night, and we do another one this weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna do another one. 2012, dude. How old are you? Gosh. What's up, Tristan? Yeah, I hope you guys, all do something. Like, even if you don't win, it's just gonna be cool. I'll look at all of them too. All the works. I'm gonna look at it on the stream. It should be fun. All right, guys. I really enjoyed today. You guys have been killing. I appreciate you guys joining. We'll do more of these for sure, you know. I think these times are better than the afternoons, to be honest. But you guys let me know what you think. What's the best time you guys prefer? Yeah, she's so high. And I'm sure I'll be repeating myself. What's up, Andy? Still here? You know, sure I'll be repeating myself. I'm actually printing the Jack Skellington thing that I did. You guys see that, by the way? 3D printing, that stuff. So tomorrow I'll be ready, and I'll probably paint with my son and share on Instagram. Good night, guys. Good night. Thank you. And for the Portuguese stuff, like, you know, I've been saying we'll do a stream in Portuguese. So unless I'm specifying it's going to be in Portuguese, it's going to be in English. But I'll do one in Portuguese very soon. All right, guys. Thanks. Appreciate you guys. Gavin, if you're just getting here, we're heading out. Eu sei que você é brasileiro, pô. Rafaelzinho não vai ser brasileiro. All right, guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys on the weekend, okay? Tomorrow. All right, peace out.